the nation of Israel was prone to idolatry. The worship of pagan gods practiced by the surrounding nations was a regular source of temptation for God's people. The kings of the people of God even set up altars to these foreign gods, thus fostering further sin on the part of the people. God promised to destroy the pagan altar constructed by Jeroboam, reducing it to rubble and thereby demonstrating its futility. Josiah, a descendant of David, fulfilled this prophecy in 2 Kings 23:15, when he pulled down the altar and associated implements of worship and burned them all. This action proves that in spite of the sin of the people, God graciously protected them from their folly. Rather than letting their idolatry run amok, he raised up godly leaders who destroyed the altars and hindered the idolatrous worship of the nation. In many ways, the history of the people of God proves the depths of sin that people are capable of practicing, yet it could have been far worse without God's ongoing intervention. God's goal was not simply to destroy the altar of pagan worship, but to arrest the people in their sin. The dust heap of an altar was meant to expose the impotence of the pagan gods and the foolishness of the people in worshiping them. God has always acted to expose the folly of people trapped in cycles of idolatry. Whether their false gods are represented by carved images or embodied in the misdirected pursuits of sex or power, God shatters these gods and their illusory attraction. In His grace, God thwarts the worship of these gods by exposing them as false. The goal is the same as found here in 1 Kings, to prove that false gods are not deserving of worship and to point people to the one true and living God who does deserve that worship. God is the only proper object of worship, and God will use any means necessary, including the destruction of false gods, to cause people to see their need for Him.